Well, do you think he's coming?
He's only, 10 minutes late? I'll give some more time. Probably took the bus, which, takes forever.
What, should we text him?
You can text him. I am not giving out my cell phone number.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Hey. Yes. Awesome. Super cool. Yeah, I'll be right down. Yeah, tell him I'm on my way. Thanks. He's outside the building. I'm gonna go grab him. Be right back.
Okay.
Man, I totally thought Brazil was gonna take France in the semifinals.
I know, right?
Victor? I'm Lisa. I will be working with Max on your case.
Hey, man. Go ahead and have a seat.
Well, actually, you can sit wherever you would like. Where would you feel most comfortable? Oh, we have tissues and water. Did you eat?
Thanks.
Well, welcome to our clinic. We're actually law students, and we will be working on your immigration case this semester.
Actually, we're studying to become lawyers, and this is a practical application that we're doing while we're in school. We are working with some super awesome attorneys, and they know immigration law inside and out.
Right. What do you know about the immigration system?
Not much. I know I had court once before already.
Right. You had a master calendar hearing where you spoke before an immigration judge. Looks like you have another one of those in 2 weeks, so we'll need to prepare you for that for sure.
But first, let's get to know him a little bit. He was telling me on the way up here that you like to watch and play soccer, right?
Oh, cool. What position do you play?
Forward. I like to score the goals.
Yeah. I actually played a little bit of defense in high school throughout undergrad, but I'm sure I stand no chance against you.
Super cool. And his team, Barcelona.
Barcelona? Oh my goodness, they are so much fun to watch.
Yeah, and you are originally from Honduras, right?
Yes, that's my country.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, what's it like there?
It's a beautiful place. I grew up in a tiny village. It was a really special place. Things got bad towards the end, but I still have a lot of good memories when I was a kid. And the food! Food is so good.
I'll bet. Who cooked the food in your home?
My mother. She's not with me now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened to your mother?
Well, we crossed the border together. She's been in jail since.
Okay, where's she being held?
Somewhere in Pennsylvania. I don't like to talk about it.
I'm so sorry. I know it's difficult. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Well, we have a ton of other things to talk about. We actually prepared a little agenda for you to try to make sure that we get through everything that we had hoped to talk with you about today. Maybe if there is anything that you want to tell us or anything that's on your mind that's worrying you.
Well, yeah. My younger sisters are still in Honduras. They're still in school, and they really need money. Well, I live with my uncle. My mother is still in jail. I have to be the one that sends them money.
I can imagine. That must be pretty difficult.
And I don't know if I can work in this country without my papers in order.
That's actually a great question. A tricky question and very complicated. Let's see. I mean, you're 18, right? Oh, well, you can definitely work. And he's an asylum seeker, so you can definitely work legally. I mean, that shouldn't be a big problem.
Well, hang on a second, actually. I think I remember something where when you're seeking asylum, there's a period of time after you apply where you actually can't work.
Yeah, I think they told me I have to wait 6 months before I can apply for a permit.
Right, 180 days.
I can't wait that long. What happens if I start working without the permit?
Well, honestly, dude, everybody here works without a permit.
But we don't want you to have any issues with your legal case. So how about we speak with our professors about it, and then we'll have an answer for you next time we meet.
Okay, thank you, but can I ask the lawyer in my situation what I should do about it? What do you think, Max?
Well, if I were you, I'd work.
Well, I think we'll actually need to speak with our professors about it. And just to clarify things, both Max and I are law students, and we work with a really awesome team of lawyers, our professors. We're actually going to need to speak with them, get their advice, so that when we meet with you next time, we can give you a full answer, okay?
It's probably a better idea.
I forgot. I was supposed to ask if I could record this. Like I said, we're law students, so being able to record would help us to remember things later. It would help us to focus so we're not looking down, taking notes the entire time.
Yeah, totally. Victor, is it okay with you if I have my laptop up? It's easier for me while we're talking if I can type,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great. I'll start recording.
Okay. All right, great. So, unless you have any more questions, great. We'll get back to our agenda. So, we can see here that you were planning, we got to know you, we looked at your the documents that you brought with you, we definitely want to take a look at those. We'll get talking about the asylum process and basically about what happened to you in Honduras. Sound good?
Yes, they did give me these when I got out of detention.
Cool. Great. Make a copy of these right now, and we'll go over the details later. Lisa, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, actually, Max, if you wouldn't mind, could you make the copies, please? I did all of those documents before. Plus, it would give me an opportunity to sit and chat with Victor and get to know him a little bit better. Thanks.
Sure. Great.
So, Victor, tell me a little bit more about Honduras. I have a little brother and a little sister. Hey,
All right,
Max.
man, Victor, there is your original back, and we are going to keep the copies. Did you guys get into substance?
Oh no, we're waiting on you for that. So we were just about to talk about the asylum process. Do you want to cover that, or should I?
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, just jump in if I miss anything.
Got it.
So, for those people who are actually afraid to return to their home country because of fear of persecution, you can actually apply for protection called asylum, withholding of removal, or relief under the Convention Against Torture.
Oh, the judge did say something about asylum.
Yeah, asylum is where you're too scared to go back to your own country out of fear that something's going to happen to you, or you feel that something's going to happen to you in the future.
You will actually apply for asylum using I-589, this form. I-589, have you seen that form before?
No.
It's okay. We'll help you figure it out. We'll help you answer all the questions. It just really asks questions about where you went to school, where you lived, what happened in Honduras, and why you can't go back.
I can't go back to Honduras.
Oh, absolutely not. And that's why we're going to work with you on this asylum claim. This form, that's just the first step. And then we are going to try to, we're going to get that filled out and submit to you at your court date in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, so on that day, what we're going to do is give the form to the judge, and he'll probably give us another court date to come back and present evidence. That might be a long time from now, maybe even after the semester.
Semester?
Oh, that's what we call school terms here. Like this one is from August to December. We have exams, and then you and I, we're done with this clinic. This class is clinically a class for us, and then Lisa and I are done. And you might end up working with other students, or maybe even our professor.
Yeah, the professor told me that.
Okay.
Hey, I think we forgot confidentiality.
Oh, yeah. So, Victor, we're sorry. We forgot to mention this at the beginning. We were actually supposed to discuss confidentiality with you. confidentiality. It means that everything that we discuss here is 100% private. We are actually ethically required to keep this between us. We won't discuss it with anyone else.
But we can share it with our professor and our classmates. Because sometimes we do actually talk about your case with our class as a group.
Okay. What about my uncle?
Your uncle that you live with?
Yes.
Yeah. No. We can't discuss anything with him. Everything that you say in this room stays within this clinic.
Yeah.
We're like a little law firm.
Okay.
Okay. So where were we? We were talking about your asylum application and how you get another court date to present evidence, and then you'll have the opportunity to tell your story to the judge, and then at that time, the government will have a lawyer there too, and at that time the judge will determine if they're going to grant asylum or not.
What if I lose?
Hey, that's not going to happen. And even if you did, you can appeal it, and I am sure that our professors will stick out with you, and maybe we can do the appeal for you and with you.
Well, actually, the retainer agreement just says the immigration court case, so we'll actually have to see about that. But one thing that is really important to know is that you would not be immediately deported. You do have, you have 30 days to file an appeal.
Okay.
But before we get to that point, we want to try and do everything we can to win in immigration court before the judge the first time around.
Yep.
So that's why we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, so the first thing is we really need to know what happened in Honduras and why you left.
I left because I was in danger.
Absolutely, and we'll need to ask you some more questions about that, and we'll actually be doing some additional things like maybe speaking with the expert about conditions in Honduras, maybe sending you to a medical doctor if you have any scars on your body, a psychologist, maybe even getting some other people that you might know to be witnesses about what happened in Honduras.
I don't have any scars.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So before we get into all this, how do you feel about maybe telling us a little bit more about how this all started back in Honduras?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Sorry about that. I'm not going to use the computer. And since Lisa's taking notes, I'm sure we'll be fine. So, Victor, tell us about when your problems started in Honduras.
Well, the gangs started bothering me when I was a little kid.
Which gang? Can you tell us exactly?
I was maybe 10 or 11 when it all started.
Yeah? Okay.
When what started exactly?
When they started bothering me.
Okay. When you say bothering, what do you mean?
They were following me to school. They were harassing me. They would call me names. They would say mean things.
Okay, like what type of stuff would they say or
Like-
yell at you?
Like, kid, we know you ain't got no papa.
I know that can be hard for a little kid.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us which gang they were from? Like M18, MS13?
Mara Salvatrucha.
Okay. And how did you know they were gang members?
Everyone knows. The way they dressed, the way they talked.
Okay. And how many of them would typically approach you?
I don't know. Maybe 2 or 3?
Did any of them ever physically harm you?
Yeah. They beat me up, but they've done much worse.
Oh, wow. They beat you up? I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell us what they did to you?
It's okay, man. Hey, I get this stuff is hard to talk about. It's okay to cry.
I'm not crying for myself. I had a friend, Felipe Manuel. He was more like a brother to me. He was my best friend.
And did something happen to Felipe Manuel?
Yes. They killed him right in front of my eyes.
Victor, I can't even imagine.
It must be so hard. How old were you when this happened?
I was 15. September 24th. I'll always remember that day.
Of course. Well, it seems like it's really hard for you to share this with us. You need a break?
Never told anyone about Felipe Monroe before.
Yeah, and thank you very much for sharing. We're probably going to need to ask you a few more questions about this. Is that something you're okay doing now, or do you want to do it a future time?
It's okay, I can talk about it now.
I appreciate you being brave. Who killed Felipe Manuel?
It was actually M18, and I thought he was MS.
Was he?
No.
I know it's really hard to avoid gang recruitment as a teenage boy in Honduras. It's okay if he was a gang member.
No, he wasn't. Well, he did sell drugs for MS.
Wow, he sold drugs?
So they thought he was a member. Is that why they had him killed?
Yeah. I think so. They shot him in the street. And after that, I had no one to protect me from the gangs.
So you're saying things got worse from there?
Yeah, things got worse. I mean, they stayed the same, and then Antonio showed up.
And who is Antonio? Is he a gang member?
Yes. He's a gang member.
Okay, and which gang?
M18, he was the leader of that gang.
Okay, so now you're saying M18 wanted to recruit you too?
Hold on, let's back up a minute. You said Antonio showed up. What do you mean by that?
He showed up at our house. He said he was... when her mom was gone.
Where was your mom?
She's been in the U.S. for about 3 years.
Okay, wow. So was anyone there with you kids?
A neighbor lady did cooking and washing for us, and she stayed with us during the week.
Okay, so what happened when Antonio showed up?
Well, that's when everything changed. That was the beginning of the end.
Okay, so what do you mean when you say that?
That's when things got really bad.
Well, can you maybe tell us how?
At first, Antonio seemed nice. He said he was a friend of my mom's in the U.S. and he wanted to come and visit us. He brought us some candies. He seemed like a nice guy.
Okay.
But then the next time he came to our house, he'd been drinking. He wasn't so nice. He wanted me to call him Papa. He wanted my sister to cook for him. He had a gun and 2 other men who stayed with him outside of the house.
That actually sounds really scary.
Yes, it was. We didn't know who this man was. He started coming at all hours, day or night, sleeping here. He started demanding things from us.
And what kind of things would he demand?
He wanted me to deliver envelopes for him.
You know what was in the envelopes?
No.
What do you think was in them?
I don't know. Maybe drugs, something illegal. I didn't want to do it, but when I didn't do what Antonio wanted.
Victor? What happened when you didn't do what Antonio wanted?
That's why I can't go back to Honduras. That's why I can never go back. That's when he started to hurt me. Oh man, this is my uncle who lives with me. He said he was going to call when he finished his appointment uptown, and he needed to take me home. I have to leave now.
Oh, I'm so sorry you have to leave so soon, Victor. But I do want to take just one more minute, please, so I can make sure you understand what's happening next.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, great. So this was just our first meeting, so we will need to schedule a follow-up appointment just, so that you understand what's going to continue to happen. We will want to plan to meet regularly from now until December, maybe even once a week. Because we really do want to get that asylum application filed soon. Our goal is to file the asylum application. That's what we're going to do. And then you may work with some other students. Now, we have your phone number, but are there other ways to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and my uncle has a number too.
Okay, great. Write that down, please. Great. Well, we will call you in a few days to schedule your next appointment. I'll discuss anything that you might have raised today, any questions that you might have, and we're definitely really glad to be working with you.
Sure, thanks.
Thank you, Victor. See you soon.